For exactly 1 year, we didn't know what was going to happen. When Hailie Deegan left NASCAR at the end of 2024, it felt different. It didn't feel like a break. It felt like a goodbye. She packed her bags, left the stock car world, and went to open-wheel racing in Indy NXT. And if you've been watching racing long enough, you know what usually happens when a driver leaves the NASCAR pipeline. They rarely come back. The fear, the thing everyone was whispering but nobody wanted to say out loud, was that her stock car career was finished, that the experiment had failed, that she would become just another what-if story. Another internet celebrity who couldn't transition to the big leagues. But on January 21st, 2026, the silence broke. Hailie Deegan isn't just coming back. She is hitting the reset button in a way that is either going to save her career or end it for good. She just signed a deal that changes everything. No more excuses. No more learning years. This is it. Today, we are talking about the move to Bill McAnally Racing, why her time in Indy NXT might have been a disaster or a blessing, and why 2026 is the most dangerous season of her life. Okay, here is the reality. Hailie Deegan has officially signed to race full-time in the ARCA Menards Series West for Bill McAnally Racing, BMR. She's driving the No. 16 Chevrolet. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. I can hear the comments already. ARCA West? Seriously? That's a regional series. That's where teenagers race. Isn't that a massive step backward? If you look at a spreadsheet, yes, it looks like a demotion. She went from the Truck Series, national level, to Indy NXT, high level, down to ARCA West regional level. But if you look at the context, this is actually the smartest thing she could have done. Think about her last 3 years in NASCAR. What did we see? We saw a driver who was drowning. She was thrown into the deep end in the Truck Series way too fast. She was fighting for 20th place, getting caught in wrecks that weren't always her fault, and losing confidence every single weekend. You can't learn how to win when you're fighting just to survive. Going to ARCA West isn't about demotion. It's about rehabilitation. Bill McAnally Racing isn't a small team. In the West Series, they are the kings. They are the powerhouse. When you sit in a BMR car, you are expected to win. Not top 10. Not finish the race. Win. Hailie knows this team. She raced for them back in 2018 and 2019. Remember that? Remember when she was winning races on dirt? Remember when she was aggressive, confident, and actually having fun? That was with Bill McAnally. She is going back to the only place where she truly felt like a winner. She is going home. To understand the gravity of this return, we have to look back at 2025. Her transition to Indy NXT was widely seen as a massive gamble. There was a genuine concern within the racing community that stepping away from the NASCAR ladder was a mistake she couldn't recover from. And looking at the stats, it was rough. Open-wheel racing is brutal. The cars are lighter. They have massive downforce. If you make a tiny mistake, you spin. There is no rubbing, no bumping. It's pure precision. Hailie struggled. There is no nice way to say it. She was consistently running at the back or mid-pack. She didn't light the world on fire. So, did she waste a year? Actually, I don't think so. I think that year away was necessary. Sometimes you have to step out of the bubble to see clearly. In NASCAR, the media pressure on her was suffocating. Every tweet, every interview, every lap was analyzed. In Indy NXT, she was just another rookie. She got to breathe. She also learned car control that stock car drivers rarely get. Handling a high downforce car teaches you discipline. It teaches you how to be smooth with the throttle. Now, she brings that discipline back to a heavy stock car. Think about it. If you train with a 50-pound weight and then switch to a 10-pound weight, it feels light. She spent a year driving a car that tries to kill you if you look at it wrong. Now she's getting back into a sturdy, heavy ARCA car. It's going to slow the game down for her. The year away wasn't a failure. It was a palate cleanser. She realized she isn't an open-wheel racer. She is a stock car racer. And now she is hungry again. So why ARCA West specifically? Why not go back to trucks? Or Xfinity? Because she needs trophies. Hailie Deegan is a brand. We all know this. She has millions of followers. Sponsors love her. But you can't sell a brand on potential forever. Eventually, you have to show gold. If she went back to the Truck Series right now, She would likely be in mid-tier equipment. She would be fighting for 15th place again. The critics would eat her alive. The fans would lose interest. It would be the same old story. But in ARCA West, she is the favorite. For the first time in 5 years, Hailie Deegan is entering a season where she is expected to win the championship. This changes the psychology completely. When you drive knowing you have the best car, you don't drive desperate. You don't dive bomb people in turn 1 because you know you have the speed to pass them later. You drive with authority. She needs that feeling back. She needs to remember what it feels like to dominate a race. ARCA West runs a mix of short tracks and road courses. It's gritty, it's aggressive, it fits her style perfectly. The tracks are smaller, the racing is tighter. This is where she made her name. Bill McAnally didn't sign her just for publicity. He wants his 12th championship. He knows she can drive. He's seen it before. This is a business deal. He provides the rocket ship. She provides the steering. But here is the dark side of this announcement, and this is the part nobody is talking about yet. This is a massive gamble. By dropping down to ARCA West in championship-winning equipment, Hailie has removed all her safety nets. In the truck series, she could blame the equipment. She could blame the chaos of the series. She could say, "Oh, I got wrecked by a rookie." In 2026, she has no excuses. None. If she goes out there in a Bill McAnally car and finishes 5th, that's a failure. If she finishes 10th, that's a disaster. If she doesn't compete for the title, her career as a serious driver might be over. The pressure in ARCA West is going to be different. Every young kid on that track wants to be famous, and the quickest way to get famous in ARCA is to be the guy who raced Hailie Deegan hard. They are going to bump her. They are going to lean on her. They are going to try to rattle her cage. If she reacts emotionally, if she starts getting into feuds and wrecking people for revenge, she loses. She has to be the adult in the room. She has to drive through the chaos, not add to it. People say this is a safe move. It's not. It's checkmate or game over. If she wins the championship, she walks back into the NASCAR National Series with a trophy and a new reputation. Teams in Xfinity will look at her and say, "Okay, she went back, she fixed her issues, she's a winner." But if she fails here, in the best car, against a regional field, then the industry will close the door. They will say, "We gave her every chance and it didn't work." 2026 is going to be the most interesting season of her career. Not because of the cars, but because of the stakes. We are going to find out, once and for all, if Hailie Deegan is the real deal. She has the car, she has the team, she has the experience. Now, all she has to do is drive. I want to know what you think. Is this the move that saves her career, or is this just delaying the end? Be honest. Drop a comment below. If she wins the West title, does she deserve an Xfinity ride in 2027? Let's argue about it in the comments. And if you want to follow this comeback story all season long, make sure you're subscribed. We aren't going to miss a single lap of this. This is going to be a wild year.